Hello, YouTube. This is the Galley La Podcast. And today we are going to be reviewing One Piece manga chapter 1117, Mo. So please like and subscribe if you have not. Leave your comments on your thoughts on this chapter and your thoughts on this review. I'm Akainu Fanboy. The other guy is Geboss.
Yo.
And keep in mind, you may be spoiled because we are going to be reviewing chapter 1117. We have the Yamato cover story. Geboss, any thoughts? Because I don't like it and not a fan of it.
I mean, I'll get right into it. So we see Smoker for the first time in like 7 years. In this,
so we'll just skip the cover story. Go straight to that. Yeah.
No, this leads into the cover story. I want a Smoker cover story with what he's been up to, because we've had a whole arc with Yamato. I want to know.
We have.
Yeah,
we've had a whole arc with Yamato. Really.
Yeah, with Wano and everything.
Huh. When was that?
Yeah.
But how long did that go on for?
Too long. But seriously, I want to know what Smoker's been up to this whole time. Yeah. But I'll save my thoughts on that for a little bit later. But yeah.
Okay, so we want to give a shout out and a thank you to the most degenerate of degens, Jimperer, for pointing out that we have Pearl, Jen, and Don Kreig in the first panel.
Yeah.
And I did not notice this initially when I first read through.
Bro, that's wild. Don Kreig made it not just to the Grand Line, but to the New World. Like,
dude, he got character development too. Like, look at him. He looks so astute and mature now and solid.
Yeah. And Gin survived.
I thought he was who's who.
Yeah. I remember that theory.
That's wild. So I guess we can assume he's a part of Blackbeard's crew.
Yeah. That's probably how he made it to the New World. He had protection.
So do you think there's a good shot that Blackbeard's crew is going to be an amalgamation of... Did I say that correctly?
Amalgamation.
An amalgamation of all of Luffy's past foes. Are we going to see Arlong in here?
I don't think...
Captain Kuro?
I don't think Arlong, just because he hates humans so much. And yeah. He definitively was caught. So... I think even Hachi said that he was in jail, like when he was reintroduced in Sabaody. But I don't know. Kuro could be lying low because he doesn't want to be a pirate anymore. But I think it would be hilarious if he was the tactician of the Blackbeard pirates with his 1,000 IQ plan of waiting for many, many years to steal someone's fortune.
Yeah, so it could really, the only other people could be like Kuro potentially, and the Foxy Pirates maybe join too.
I mean, we just saw them last chapter, like being.
Well, maybe
stranded.
Eventually they'll meet up. They'll meet up, you know, right? Because all the others are either Warlords or Buggy or Crocodile. Like they're either under Buggy, the Rogue Warlords, or they're maybe affiliated, or they're Cypher Bowl. Yeah, so. That's it really, because Alvida's with Buggy too, right? So there's no other potential candidates that could really be under Blackbeard's.
I hope they don't get Gaimon.
No, that'd be terrible.
Yeah,
that's one of Luffy's greatest rivals.
Exactly. But
yeah, so
anyway,
yeah. So it was interesting. So you hear them talking about, you know, if there's gold under there and the mermaids and all that kind of stuff too. It's kind of funny because the Straw Hats have already been there, you know. It shows like they're more adventurers. I mean, I think you could say that generally is the Straw Hats have explored and have way more adventures than Blackbeard has.
Yeah. From what we've seen. But I would think to agree.
Yeah. And obviously we have the divers right here too.
Yeah, I thought that was a good callback, because I was literally, as I was reading, I was like, oh, we had Jio where they dove down to all the wreckages and stuff.
Yeah, and it also connects well thematically with when we saw the giant sky figures in the ocean too, right? Which is like obviously a foreshadowing of Luffy from later, you know, from early on in the series too. So I think that's kind of a cool insert right here as well. And then we see the goat Gobi here, where, yeah, so we see him, and he's just trying to deal with everything because he's all beat up, and has just a lot going on in his head right now too. And but then, they don't really seem to reference Garp explicitly. They're kind of more alluding to it. And but then there's also like this idea that they all need to get better. They all need to get stronger too.
Yeah. Yeah, or Kobe needs to learn how to harness his power.
Yeah, they all seem they want to get stronger too, because Helmeppo is going to be Zoro's final opponent in the end of the series. And I think when you get to good old X-Drake right here, who's we never found out what happened to him after Wano, but he still seems to be pretty patched up, even though I thought Zones recovered quickly. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, they said that they were looking for Drake. He had lost contact, but it seems like I was kind of questioning if he was in the same hospital as them, but I think so. Just based like it's raining outside, and Helmeppo says he just saw the captain, so that would be because Drake's a captain, right? With sword.
Yeah. He's a former rear admiral, and then I think he's a captain for sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That might be correct.
But yeah.
Yeah. So
do you think he's gonna just stick with the Marines now, or do you think he's gonna go back like undercover as a pirate?
I think the news is more or less gotten out. Yeah, because Apu knows about him, and Apu has the biggest mouth in the verse.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's probably literally making songs about Drake being a snitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so then we see your boy, so I'll let you take care of this.
Yeah. So we finally get to see Smoker again. I'm just happy that we get to see him, because I was literally thinking back earlier this week, I was like, what ever happened to Smoker? Because he was such a big part of the well, not a big thing, but it seemed like he was always kind of keeping up with Luffy. Like whenever a big thing would happen with him, we would see Smoker. But yeah, I'm just wondering where he's going, because it seems like he's either heading back to like where everyone's recovering, because Tashigi was with them, or he's going to get a mission or something, because I thought it was kind of cool. He's kind of using his powers like Aokiji did, except with like an actual motorized vehicle instead of a bike. I wonder if that's foreshadowing for him being an actual admiral once this is all over.
Oh, I thought it was a sign that he's going to join up with what was it, the Twirly Pirates, or no, I'm trying to think. The guy that looks like Sanji, Saboti.
The Flying Fish Riders.
Flying Fish, yeah. I thought he was going to be a part of their group, but I guess not.
Yeah.
But
I'm just glad we got to see him again.
Yeah, it's like a good biker look and everything like that, and it is weird. You're right. We haven't seen him forever, and it's got to be Kobe's kind of taking a spot in the story, because I remember in Marineford when he pinned down Luffy pretty aggressively, and kind of like kicked the shit out of him, so now things have changed, obviously, but yeah, so once we kind of get back into Vegapunk, and we start to get setting up, Nami's talking about the barrier lifting, things are starting to shift right here, and they're waiting for Jinbei and Zoro, and then here comes the Zoro moment, where I guess like people were saying it's kind of an agenda thing. I mean, it's like a good moment for Zoro, but I don't really see that much of a difference from what Sanji did. I mean, like I know Sanji got slapped down pretty quickly, but then Zoro got slapped back to Jinbei, like almost instantaneously as well. So
yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like it kind of shows that they're doing kind of the same things, holding off Nostro, because Sanji managed to kick him in the face. And Zoro at least like repelled him. Like I don't know if he fell off the clouds or not, but He might
And
have.
to be fair, Jinbei gave him an assist like he did with his fight against Lucci, because Zoro wouldn't have won against his fight against Lucci when you think about it, And then so Jinbei throws Zoro,
Fastball
gives
special.
him the force there, right? And then so it could be debated that Zoro wouldn't have been able to push him away without Jinbei's assist.
That's for power scalers to discuss.
People are saying you can discuss that in the comments.
Yeah,
people are saying. I'm just providing opinions out there.
Yeah,
not even my own potential.
I think we finally get a confirmation though that Nasuro does have the Shodai Kitetsu, the Kitetsu number 1.
Yeah.
Because he recognizes it. Or who do you think is saying this? Or Zoro or Nasuro?
They both can be saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting if Zoro replaces his sword with his, even though swords are weird in One Piece, because Zoro got Enma, and that was for Odin was canonically twice Zoro's size, but it shrunk down to him.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's the will of the blade or something like that.
Right. So we basically see more of the vice admirals giving commands to attack the giants and the ships and everything like that too. So we kind of the other 2 vice admirals we see, I don't even remember their names, but they basically say give more orders, take them down. They're old, they should be easy to do. The ship's old, they're old, and everything like that.
Do they not know how giants work, in terms of aging? It doesn't matter if they're old. That means they're in their prime longer.
Yeah, they only have a couple of them as fellow vice admirals. You think they would know this information, but and then we see Vice Admiral Bluegrass and Doll come in to actually do some work, and they actually do some significant damage to these giants right here, which especially Doll's performance too, really did heavy damage to these giants right here.
Yeah, I was impressed by her. Getting more female fighters like that. We don't really see a lot of them.
Well, also, you don't even see a lot of good vice admirals.
That's true too.
I was like, wow, a vice admiral did something effectively, so that's cool.
Yeah. Isn't Smoker a vice admiral? Where he literally jobs every time.
Yeah, and then there's Punk Hazard, so
yeah.
And then the only one you can maybe say that's kind of cool is Manga, and yeah, but Garb's special in his own right. Virgo defected, so all the rest. Yeah, so so it was funny how Luffy noticed where's that boar guy? And he's gone. And then they all spawn with the robot here, which I thought that was kind of interesting. Did you think it was kind of anticlimactic where they cut off right here? Or it looks like they're about to drop a huge announcement about the D right here?
Yeah, I mean, they don't even really destroy the, at least from what we see, doesn't look like the giants destroyed. They just kind of knocked it over. And that cuts off the communication.
They made it seem like it was going to be a big fight. There was a lot of theories that it was just going to be this huge fight with it,
Yeah, and it 4 of them converge on it, but it only looks like it took Warkery 1 hit to do. But yeah, I think it would be funny if it gets back up and the message resumes, but it cuts off the whole part. It keeps playing inside the thing, but once it gets back up,
yeah, that would be pretty funny. That seems like an Oda thing to do.
Yeah, but yeah, I have no idea what could possibly be potentially conveyed here with the message, but specifically for the D clan.
Kobe's a D.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So is Sabo, and so is Dragon. A Dragon once again contributing a lot to the plot with his dots.
Thank you, Dragon. Very good job. Very good job here.
Yeah.
One thing I did find interesting, so it looks like Law might be KO'd. I mean, sorry, not KO'd. I mean, just like, yeah, I guess, yeah, KO'd, just knocked out right now, and that's why Beppo is
reacting for him.
In his place. Right, reacting for him. And I guess you could say that's why Kobe's there for Garp and Luffy, and then, Saba's there for what was Ace and Luffy, right? And then Blackbeard's there for himself, Dragon's there for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to point out we haven't seen Kid in these chapters of people reacting, with the exception of the imposter with him, right? I guess that you could wait. That was like the way he was participating. So,
yeah,
maybe he's still KO'd as well, or in prison somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting omission out of the people we haven't seen. The only noteworthy person I think would be Kid that hasn't been seen here.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I would say
I guess two other.
I would say Shanks too.
Shanks, and then two other ones, Kaido and Big Mom.
Oh yeah.
Actually, wait, no. I think we saw the Big Mom pirates at one point too.
Yeah, we did with Smoothie.
Okay, so
yeah. Have we seen Buggy and Cross Guild react to this at all?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, even if Shanks does know, or like the old Roger Pirates know something, I don't think Shanks and Buggy do because they didn't go to Laugh Tale. So yeah,
yes.
So in the translator's notes for this, I want to see the official translation, as always, but the where they cut off with Mo, it says that it could also be like the beginning of a word, or it could also mean also, or I don't think that's too much to go off of in terms of like crafting a theory around it. But it is I do want to see what the official translation says.
Right. And so I guess like my final point here would just be something to the effect of, it's like I said, Vegapunk Genius helped a lot carry you today, because like I said, the Straw Hats got the L where they could have saved Vegapunk's life and everything like that. I think really like Vegapunk gave the L to the world government here, where he's able to reveal this stuff and shake Veg, but at the same time, he is the victim of his own success because of York, cut off the transmission, So because of his unbridled gluttonous desire for knowledge, he has led to his own demise in a way as well.
Yeah. That's well put. But
especially since York is symbolic of gluttony as well.
Yeah. But it looks like this arc is finally coming to an end. I would say, although we said this before, but I would say
you said this before.
Let's not go pointing fingers. But I would say maybe 5 more chapters. At 11:25 at the latest.
All right. Well, Jimper, make a note of that.
Yeah.
And the Galley La Chronicles.
But
I'm not gonna make a prediction. I mean, like, because there's really the only things that need to happen. Maybe is like
escape,
the recapturing. Yeah, recapturing of the Seraphim, maybe on the world government part, and then what's Lucci gonna do? He's still conscious, and then what's gonna happen with Kaku?
And
Kaku maybe gonna, are they gonna rescue Lucci and get off the island, kind of thing, but does Lucci still want to be loyal to the world government? Does Kaku still want to be loyal to the world government? I could maybe see where, like, I don't know, could you see the elders wanting to kill Lucci?
I don't know, because they had like when he pointed out, like he gave the whole rundown to Mars, I think it was. Like they're broadcasting from here. This is where this is and everything. So I think he's loyal. I think Kaku would be more at risk for execution just because he failed in his mission. He got caught.
Yeah, so I kind of minded this with the most recent One Piece anime episode. They did a great job with it, but where the Seraphim tried to execute Kaku and Lucci, and obviously they were operating under York, who was working for the world government at the time, you know? So I forgot about that plot point, so I don't know if the government... I always thought that was like a weird part of the story. Why would they want to kill the cycle agents, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I mean, I guess one thing you could say they wanted to execute them for is because they did rise up and try to rebel in that cover story, the CP9 cover story post-End Lobby, but...
Yeah, that is a weird cover story.
It is, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, but those are kind of my thoughts there. I thought it was like a good chapter. Yeah. I didn't think like he was going to be able to say the things. I think they built it up too much and it was going to be disconnected, you know? So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, so definitely a lot to talk about for sure though. Any thoughts?
I thought it was cool that when they were about to say the D thing, it cut to Vivi because we now know that she's a D as well.
And Morgan's and a Waffle.
Yeah. A Waffle D bitch. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, those are my general thoughts on everything.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So please leave your comments, everyone, your thoughts on the chapter, the thoughts on our review, and like and subscribe if you have not. And also, so we'll probably have another analysis video on this chapter and some more Jujutsu Kaisen reviews on the way. So we will see you guys all soon. Peace.
See ya.